Governor Brown's recent proposal to cut Cal Grants has raised a lot of questions. Is America putting enough importance on higher education or financial gain when it comes to our school systems? I interviewed international student Annie Kim to get her opinion on this issue and others concerning international education.
For 9 years, 3 years in middle school and high school, and 2 years at PUC. I think in another country, yeah, because I hear a lot about just all the problems in our education system, and I don't know, I feel like maybe some other countries, let's say like in Europe, have a better idea of how the system should be, like making it free but really hard to get into, so you just gotta work all 4 years in college. Like I see a lot of people just kind of like paying for school, but they're not really like, they're just like slacking off and things like that. So I think I would like to experience it in another country. I think, well, in terms of like coming from the school's point of view, I think both, but a lot on money more than I think it should be. Because, like, I was looking at school in France, like, and the way they do it is like, school is like completely free, but it's really hard to get into it, and it's really hard to get out of school. Like, you get a pass test to get out. You can't just like drop out and stuff. So I feel like, but somehow that's like that works for them, and it's really beneficial to the students and things like that. So I think, yeah, I think that we definitely place a lot of about like financial reasons. Um, I feel like that answer is like yes and no. Like in certain communities, like for example, the community like in Bay Area when I went to high school, like I studied really hard, and all my friends and everybody, like the whole school was like all about like going to like really good UCs and state schools and things like that. But I know in certain communities that's not the case, and I feel like maybe like in America, it's more about like whether or not you can afford education. That's more important than like the value of education. Um, I think so. Like it depends on the school. I think like if it's a really good school and if that's what the student's looking for, then they may be motivated. But I don't think it's so much of the case of like, oh yeah, I want to go to school like in the States because I hear that it's good over there. Yeah. I mean, like just overall bring down the price of like tuition, not just public schools but private schools as well. And maybe the governments can like subsidize the schools. I think that's gonna help us like set a better education system in the future. I think it's getting started that's really hard. I think it's easier here. Yeah, especially like I don't know, just my experience at PUC. I think it's just really not too hard to get a diploma if you can afford it. That's the hard part.